Alrighty, so today we'll be talking about the mid-efficiency furnace. I'll just be going through the process that the furnace runs on. So you first start off by calling for heat. Your thermostat will send power through all the safety switches, which then activates your R&W contacts on your control board, which then powers your inducer motor, which closes your pressure switch, which allows the venting to start. So we start drafting out of these pipes here. After that, you will send power to your HSI, which then will start glowing red. And then after that, once that gets 2200 degrees, that will power your gas valve, which will send fuel through, which will activate the flame to your in-shop burners here. And then after that, your blower motor will come on, and you will get heat starting to come out of your vent. After that, once your heat is satisfied, so you set your thermostat to 30, whatever, you get to 30, it satisfies. The process goes down backwards. Your blower stays on a timer, and lets the excess heat come out, and then that is the process of your furnace.
Okay, just to build on what Noah was saying about the sequence of operations, we're actually going to fire up the furnace now so you can see it happening in real time. So the first step is we're going to make sure that our power is on and that our gas is flowing. The next step will be we're going to go to the thermostat and we're going to call for heat. So set it to heat mode. So now what's happening is R&W are going to close on the board. It's going to send a signal up to our inducer motor. You can see that here started to spin. And the next step is that the inducer motor will create a draft inside of the venting, which will cause the pressure switch to close. Once the pressure switch closes, it will allow the signal to go through the safeties down to our HSI, which is our hot surface igniter. As you can see here, it will glow to 2200 degrees Fahrenheit. Once the HSI reaches its specified temperature, the gas valve will open, allowing gas to flow, as you can hear that click right now. And now we have gas flowing through our in-shop burners, and we have flame. The next step is going to be, once the desired temperature has been achieved, the blower motor will turn on and will begin to circulate hot air throughout the home and the duct system. Once the thermostat has been satisfied, or in other words, once the appropriate heat has been reached, the gas valve will de-energize, and then the sequence will go in reverse. The blower motor will stay on for a specified time delay, usually around 30 seconds to 1 minute. Once the heat exchanger has cooled down, the blower motor will shut off, and the system will go back to rest. And that's it.
A few common issues that any furnace of this make may have would be, to start with, a flame sensing rod may be dirty. A flame sensing rod that's dirty can be cleaned with just steel wool with no soap, or number 0 sandpaper, just to clean off any buildup of soot and excess debris. Another issue would be the orientation of the air-proofing pressure switch. If this is not perfectly vertical, then it can cause issues with draft. Any issues with draft may lead to harmful carbon monoxide entering your home, which is deadly. For other technicians watching this, a useful tip involving any furnace to begin your troubleshooting would be to simply take a jumper cable and jump terminals R and W. Disconnecting one and jumping the terminals with any wire you may have available in your kit or van can immediately eliminate the thermostat from the equation and bring your troubleshooting back to all the other components of the furnace, eliminating issues with the thermostat